shifting gears. I like that, gears. All right. From the folks that brought us Knights of the Old Republic and then the Knights of the Republic, Jade Empire, comes Mass Effect. Boy, I'm going to flub this up one more time. Possibly one of the most anticipated RPGs for the Xbox 360. We actually went up to EGM upstairs to ask Brian Intihar all about it, and this is what he had to say.
When Mass Effect was presented to a group of journalists, Bioware CEO said it was the best game they had ever done. Well, is it? To answer that question, we spoke to EGM's Brian Intihar.
Many decisions lie ahead. None of them easy.
Brian, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. So before we get into the question of whether or not Mass Effect lived up to the hype, what is Mass Effect?
So basically, Mass Effect is the next big role-playing game from Bioware. They've made big games like Jade Empire and Knights of the Republic, which is probably their best known for. So this is their first game on the Xbox 360.
Now, what is the synopsis of the game?
So basically, I mean, it's a role-playing game set in this futuristic galaxy, and you basically play this one character, Commander Shepard, which you kind of customize, whether it's male, female, and the look of it, and you kind of set on this grand adventure throughout the galaxy.
Mass Effect has some pretty big shoes to fill. You know, you mentioned KOTOR and Jade Empire. Does it live up to the previous releases?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, this is just another great installment for a role-playing franchise for BioWare. I mean, from the graphics to the combat to the customization, just to, I mean, on everything. I think it's actually great. The best thing about this game is that it can appeal to a wide variety of gamers, not just the hardcore role-playing fans. Especially the combat makes it more attractive to someone who's a big shooter.
Now, what about the combat and the customization about it makes it so special?
Here's the game. You can play it just like a regular role-playing game, so you can kind of start and stop the action, kind of tell your squad mates to do this and do that, use magic or fire on this enemy. But the cool thing is that you can also say, if you're just like more of a, say, like a casual role-playing fan or like more of a shooter, you can actually just play like, you know, it's like over-shoulder running gun style game. So that's what I think it makes it definitely attractive to more people. I mean, you can really play in terms of combat any way you'd like.
What other features should gamers be looking at Mass Effect? Multiplayer, online, Xbox Live?
So there is no multiplayer. The Xbox Live can come through downloadable content, which we all hope is better than what they offered with KOTOR. So I mean, at the end of the day, like, you have unbelievable graphics, and you also, the thing is their dialogue system. BioWare is known for having these unbelievable dialogue systems. So not only do you have these unbelievable amount of choices, but instead of just you picking what the character's going to say, you're kind of picking what his feeling is. So he may say, you know, like, do you agree with me? And your choice will be yes or no. Then he won't say yes or no. He'll say something like, yeah, I'm right with you on that one. He'll kind of change up the terminology so it doesn't feel so repetitive.
Now, I played the game for about 30 minutes and found it a bit clunky. Now, would that be my inexperience with the game console, or what? Well,
here's the thing about Mass Effect, is that it doesn't have a great tutorial. It doesn't really teach you a whole lot of the game, so you have to you actually have to go into the pause menu, and it says tutorial there, and you have to kind of look through everything there. So my best advice before you play this game is kind of take some time to pause the game and look at what's going on, because it doesn't teach you a great thing. But this is one of those games that it's like a 20-hour epic game, and so it takes a couple hours kind of finally getting the rhythm. But I'd say with that hour 4 and 5, you pretty much know how to do everything, where the kind of nuances are, and by hour 18 and 20, wherever you are, you're going to feel like a badass. It's really cool.
Who are you?
Now, Mass Effect is M-rated. Is it the excessive violence? Is there something else in there?
Well, it is M-rated. I mean, yeah, there is violence. You're shooting people and stuff like that, but also there's some, now in this role-playing game, you can develop relationships with your squad mates, whether you're male, female, or you would like to get a little freaky with some aliens. But there is kind of that kind of parts in there. That's probably what makes it M-rated.
And Brian, your recommendation for Mass Effect?
Oh, I would definitely. If you're an Xbox owner, I would definitely want it, because first of all, Xbox 360 doesn't have that many RPGs, and BioWare makes some of the best RPGs, so it's the best of both worlds. I think it does, in many ways, live up to the hype. I mean, EGM gave it a great score. It got a gold award in EGM, and I think every reviewer who played it was really satisfied. I think it's one of those, I would say, must-have games for the console.
Thanks, Brian.
No
Appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having me.
There you go, Xbox 360 owners. For only $60, you can have BioWare's latest creation, Mass Effect. He says it's worth it. Check it out.
I'm buying that on Black Friday.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Scott. It actually looks like an awesome game. I'm an RPG kind of guy, but I love sci-fi RPGs, especially Starflight and Starflight 2 from those old school gamers amongst you. Right?